Welcome to solverfy.
In this question, we have been given to calculate the critical value based on the given information. So in the first part, we are having the value of n as 15. The value of alpha will be here equals to 0.05, and we are here discussing right tail test. So it will be here right tailed, and then we can say that the degrees of freedom value can be here calculated as n minus 1, and that will be 15 minus 1 equals to 40. And here we can say that the critical value will be equals to, let us write that it will be here as 1.761. And then in the second part, we can say that the value of n is equals to 23 and the value of alpha will be here equals to 0.005. And then here we are discussing the left tail test. So it will be here left and then here it is tailed, and hence we can say that the critical value will be here equals to, let us write it will be here critical and then here it is value. So it is going to come around negative 2.807. So we are writing all these values for the degrees of freedom, which can be here written that it will be 23 minus 1, that is n minus 1, and that will be equals to 22. So we can put this very value inside a box because this is our answer, and here in the first part also. So remember that we are calculating all these values based on the degrees of freedom value and the significance level, which is alpha. And then here in the third part, we can say that the value of n is equals to 28. Now the value of alpha will be here 0.01. And then here we can say that we are discussing a two-tail test. So it can be here written like this, and then we can say that the degrees of freedom value will be here n minus 1, which is here equals to 27. Therefore, the critical value of t is here going to come around. We can write that it will be critical and then here it is value. So this will be here equals to plus minus and then here it is going to be 2.7 and then here it is 63. So we have obtained the answer for the C part. Now let us see how we can find the answer for the D part. And in the D part, we can say that n value is equals to 17. The alpha value is here equals to 0.05, and we are discussing the two-tail test. So it will be here two-tailed, and then we can say that the degrees of freedom value will be equals to n minus 1, which is here going to be 60. And hence the critical value will be here equals to, let us write, it will be here critical and then here it is value. So this is here going to come around, we can write it as plus minus 2.567, and we can put this very value inside a box in order to highlight it. So that's all for this very problem.